because the last thing we want is a dirty Detroit River. Also, right near here was an old Holiday Inn that used to rest on the banks of Windsor. The owner of the hotel promised an elegant hotel, 3 stories, a cinema, and after being built, it was eventually found out that the hotel was made out of incredibly flimsy wood and was incredibly unsafe, especially the balconies, giving it the nickname the Plywood Palace. It was scheduled to be demolished in 1999, but it ended up burning down only a few days before its scheduled demolition. Rumor has it that the mayor was actually seen leaving the building not too long before burning down, carrying a tank of gasoline. On the other side of Riverside Drive, you'll be able to see the Windsor International Aquatic and Training Center, which not only contains an Olympic-level training pool, but is also home to Adventure Bay, an indoor water park that contains many different water slides, a lazy river, a wave pool, one of those fake surfboarding things where you like go on the thing and it like makes a fake wave for you to surfboard on. I don't know what they're called. Wave rider. It's a wave rider. I just remembered it's a wave rider, and many more aquatic attractions. It's a great time for the entire family if you're at all interested. I recommend you check it out if you want to do so, because it's the best water park you can find locally without having to go on a big old road trip to go somewhere like Kalahari. Over there we have the Art Gallery of Windsor, a non-profit art gallery that features works of art by local, regional, and national artists. It also marks the end to the Odette Sculpture Park. The Art Gallery of Windsor was originally located in Walkerville's Willisstead Manor. It was first opened in the 1940s, and it was moved around the town many times over the years until eventually gaining its permanent location right where the Casino Windsor used to be located before the Casino Windsor moved to its permanent location that we went by earlier today. Side of Riverside Drive over there is the St. Clair Center for the Arts, which, as the name suggests, is a part of the St. Clair College branch that focuses specifically on programs related to arts, such as fine arts, musical programs, some theater programs, and culinary programs as well. In fact, the culinary program delivers our food for dinners and breakfast cruises. Not too far from that is also the St. Clair Mediaplex that focuses on programs related to journalism to help you get ready to learn how to work in one of the many news stations around Windsor and all over the world. And right in front of us is the Victory 1, a cruise ship that serves the Great Lakes. Go around the Great Lakes and be able to get all the beautiful sights from the Victory 1. As the name suggests, there is also a Victory 2. The two ships are nearly identical, and the Victory 2 often docks in Detroit, while the Victory 1 often docks over here in Windsor. We are now approaching Dieppe Gardens, which features the Bistro, or a restaurant right on the waterfront. It's quite the luxurious restaurant if you ever want to stop by, although it's quite expensive, I might warn, but if you have the wallet to handle it, they do offer quite the luxurious menu. Right above that is a Chrysler building that features windows covering the entire building. We are about to see a beautiful sight of the Canadian flag reflecting right off the building. It makes for quite a good picture if I do say so myself. Of course, the aforementioned flag is located right on Olette Avenue, which also contains many different restaurants if you're at all interested in stopping by. One of my personal favorites is the Loose Goose, and I don't just say that because my friend works there. They have some very delicious chicken wings if you're at all interested. Of course, as mentioned, we are right in front of Dieppe Gardens. also just simply known as Dieppe Park. It is named in memorial to all of those who lost their lives landing at Dieppe, France in 1942 during World War II. At dawn on August 19, 1942, Allied forces descended onto the beaches of Dieppe in an attempt to gain a temporary foothold in Nazi-occupied Europe. What followed was one of the bloodiest battles of the Second World War. Among the 5,000 Canadians who landed at Dieppe, there were more than 550 soldiers from the Essex Scottish region, so Windsor, Essex. A few hours later, almost 1,000 Canadians were dead, including 121 members of the Windsor, Essex Scottish Regiment. Nearly every family in Windsor, Essex County was touched as the tragic news found its way home. The raid on Dieppe has been described as a flawed strategy and the biggest blunder of the Second World War, but many veterans beg to differ, saying it taught them an important lesson that helped them in the successful D-Day invasion that followed less than 2 years later. The park features many monuments commemorating World War II, as well as many beautiful flowers. It also contains that there beautiful fountain, which is to mark the twin city relationship we have with Udine, Italy. The story behind that is Udine, Italy approached Windsor, suggesting they join us in a twin city relationship. And then Windsor was all like, alright bro, and thus the fountain was built. Udine, Italy has a corresponding fountain to also mark the twin city relationship as well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be docking very shortly. I would like to take this time to thank you for coming aboard Windsor Cruise and hope you had an excellent time. If you're at all interested in coming back, we have more than just sightseeing cruises. We have the aforementioned dinner cruises, musical cruises where live performers often come on board and you can listen to some good old music as you go down the Detroit River. We have party cruises as well, along with the aforementioned 8-hour cruise, going all the way from our dock right here to Amherstburg, Ontario, allowing you to see everything the river has to offer. If you're at all interested in any of these or any other events, we recommend you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, where we post updates on our upcoming events and cruises. Oh, never mind, apparently the Amherstburg tour was cancelled. I was not informed of this earlier. Either way, I hope you enjoyed yourself on our cruise, and we hope to see you again in the future. My name is Craig Brunet, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your weekend.